What if I told you that a man walked around for 36 years carrying his twin brother inside his body? It sounds like science fiction, but this is a true medical case that shocked doctors around the world. Today we diving into one of the most extraordinary medical mysterious ever documented, a story that will challenge everything you think you know about human biology. Back in 1999, in a small village near Nagpur, India, lived a hardworking man named Sanju Bhagat. Sanju was a laborer who worked construction jobs to support his family, but there was something unusual about Sanju that made him stand out. His unusually large abdomen. For his entire adult life, people in his village would stare and whisper. Some thought he had a medical condition, others made unkind jokes. Sanju himself had no idea what was causing his stomach to be so distended. He just knew he was different, and it caused him years of embarrassment and physical discomfort. As the years passed, Sanju's condition grew progressively worse. By 1999, when he was 36 years old, his abdomen had become too large that it severely impacted his daily life. He experienced constant pain, had difficulty breathing, struggled to eat properly, and couldn't get a good night's to sleep. Simple tasks like bending over or walking long distance became nearly impossible. His family grew increasingly worried as they watched him suffer. Finally, they convinced him to seek medical help in Mumbai, India's largest city. When Sanju arrived at the government hospital in Mumbai, doctors were immediately concerned by what they saw. His abdomen was severely distended, and initial examination suggested the presence of a large mass. After running preliminary tests, the medical team concluded that Sanju likely had a massive tumor that needed immediate surgical removal. Dr. Ajit Mehta, the lead surgeon, explained to Sanju that without surgery, his condition would continue to worsen and could become life-threatening. Faced with his sobering news, Sanju agreed to undergo the operation, hoping it would finally end his years of suffering. The surgical team prepared for what they believed would be a routine tumor removal, albeit a large one. The operating room was set up with all the standard equipment, and the experienced medical staff was confident in their ability to help Sanju. However, as they made the initial incision and began exploring his abdominal cavity, something completely unexpected happened. What they discovered defied all their medical training and experience. Instead of finding a tumor, the surgeons discovered something that left them speechless. Partially formed human body parts. As they carefully extracted the contents, they found limbs, hair, bones, and other recognizable human features. The entire surgical team was stunned into silence. One nurse was so overwhelmed by the sight that she had to leave the operating room. Dr. Mehta later described it as the most extraordinary case he had encountered in his 25 years medical career. What they had found was not a tumor, but rather the underdeveloped remains of what appeared to be another human being. This incredibly rare condition is known in medical literature as fetus in fetu. Here's how it works. During very early pregnancy, when twins are forming, sometimes one developing embryo becomes enclosed within the body of the other. The host twin continues to develop normally and is born as usual, while the enclosed twins remains underdeveloped and essentially becomes a parasite, surviving of the host blood supply. This condition is extraordinarily rare, occurring in only about 1 in 1 million births worldwide. In Sanju's case, he had unknowingly been carrying his underdeveloped twin brother inside his abdomen since birth. To better understand this condition, imagine two seeds planted very close together. Sometimes one seed's growth can encompass the other and they grow as one plant with the smaller seed never fully developing. That's essentially what happened with Sanju and his twin. The medical literature shows that fetus in Fetu cases typically involve the underdeveloped twin being found in the abdomen. Thought cases have been documented in other parts of the body. What makes Sanju's case particularly remarkable is how long he lived with this condition. Most cases are discovered much earlier in life. The surgical removal was far more complicated than anyone had anticipated. The medical team had to carefully extract all the tissue while ensuring they didn't damage any of Sanju's vital organs. The procedure took over 6 hours, requiring extreme precision and care. The surgeons had to remove not just the visible remains but also ensure that no tissue was left behind that could cause future complication. Throughout the operation, they monitored Sanju's vital signs closely, as this type of surgery carried significant risks. When Sanju woke up from surgery, the medical team had the difficult task of explaining what they found. Initially, he couldn't comprehend what the doctors were telling him. The concept that he had been carrying his twin brother inside his body for 36 years was simply too extraordinary to grasp immediately. Sanju's primary reaction was relief. After years of pain and discomfort, he finally felt normal. He expressed that all he wanted was to live a peaceful life with his family, free from the physical and emotional burden he had carried for so long. The medical team respectfully handled the remains, ensuring they were treated with appropriate dignity. Sanju's case became a significant medical case study, contributing to our understanding of his rare condition. Medical professionals around the world studied his case to better understand fetus in fetu and improve diagnostic techniques for future cases. The story also highlighted the importance of seeking medical attention for unusual symptoms. Even when they have been present for a long time, Sanju's experience demonstrated how medical mysteries can sometimes hide in plain sight for decades. Following his recovery, Sanju was finally able to live the normal life he had always dreamed of. The surgery completely resolving his breathing difficulties, eating problems, and chronic pain. For the first time in his adult life, he could work without physical limitation and sleep comfortably at night. His story became an inspiration to others dealing with unusual medical conditions, showing that even the most extraordinary circumstances can have hopeful outcomes with proper medical care. Sanju Bhagat's story reminds us that the human body still holds many mysteries that science is only beginning to understand. His case demonstrates the incredible complexity of human development and how sometimes nature takes unexpected path. It is a testament to both the reliance of the human spirit and the remarkable capabilities of modern medicine. While fetus in fetu remains an extremely rare condition, Sanju's experience has helped medical professionals better recognize and treat similar cases. These extraordinary medical mysteries show us that truth can indeed be stranger than fiction. Sanju's journey from years of suffering to finally finding relief in a powerful reminder that even the worst unusual medical condition can have hopeful outcomes when proper care is available. Thank you for watching today's episode of Crime Tales. If you found this case as fascinating as we did, make sure to subscribe for more incredible true stories from the worldwide. Until next time, stay curious and stay healthy.